Done, ma'am.
Okay. So basically our chapter is, first we will be doing the chapter number 1, then we'll doing the chapter number 2. Okay. So the chapter number 1 is your Indian economy on the eve of independence. Okay. And in that whatever we have written in the syllabus, we'll be discussing the brief introduction of state of Indian economy on the eve of independence. Okay. So what is eve? Now the question is, now what is eve? Right. So eve is basically like, the birthday eve, the Christmas eve, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So birthday
Like the
eve is,
seasons, right?
yeah, a day before your actual birthday, right? So that is your eve. Wait, just
Okay, ma'am.
okay. So that is your eve basically. So this is what Indian economy is all about, like your eve and all that. Okay. So I have a. Mhm. So now the thing is that, ma'am, it is like what we are discussing. So why it is important to discuss the eve? Okay, so it is important to discuss eve because if you are, for example, today you got 10 on 10. Aditya. Aditya is something I think we remember this. Jenna?
What, ma'am?
Aditya. Hello, Aditya. Am I audible? Aditya, can you hear me?
Yes, teacher.
So Aditya, if I'm not, this is your very first class, right?
No, I took classes before.
Okay. So after that, where you went?
Sorry, teacher.
You took, this is your first. If I'm not wrong, you took a class prior to this as well, right? Where we did difference between commercial bank and the central bank. If I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
So after that, where you went?
Teacher, I went to my grandparents' house, so there was no network, and I
Oh,
came back in like 2 days ago. So that's why.
okay. So I'm expecting that from today onwards will be regular.
Yeah.
Okay, because you are very lucky because I am about to start the new chapter today itself. So you won't be facing any difficulty. Okay. So just give me 1 minute. I'll just update it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So let's just start. Okay. So students, basically the thing is that Indian economy, we are going to start. Okay. So Aditya, as you are new to it, like you won't be able, like you joined 5 minutes late. So basically the thing is that we are starting with the Indian economic development book. I hope you are aware that you have the second book, right? You have the second book? Yeah. So we are starting with that only. So basically this book is a theoretical one. Okay. So whatever we did in the previous class, of course, you have to remember that difference. But still now just keep it a fresh start. Okay. So you can freshly start it. Okay. Okay. Now the question is, ma'am, what is your Indian economic development? Okay. So we are going to do the things in 2 chapters. One is a brief introduction of the state of Indian economy on the eve of independence. Now the question is, ma'am, what is eve of independence? Right. So eve of independence is basically like today it's your, for example, tomorrow is your birthday. So today is your birthday eve. right? So basically it is one day before the actual event. Okay, so eve of independence is like, for example, if tomorrow India is getting independence, so one day before that, so that is your eve of independence. Clear? So we'll just study this, and of course, like what was the structure of Indian economy at the time when India got independence, and how India was, before the things. Now the question is, ma'am, why we are studying this eve of independence? Why not what happened after independence? Why the eve? Why the history part, right? So why it is important, the history part? Because see, for example, today you got 10 on 10. Okay. So if I'll ask someone, maybe today I take your test and you got 10 on 10. Okay. So if I'll ask, earlier maybe you got 6 on 10. Okay. So if I'll ask you, if someone will ask me whether Aditya improved, whether Janab improved, so how I will get to know whether you people improved or not? Just by looking at your past. Okay. Earlier, how much marks do you got? So I can easily say that earlier you got 6, but today you got 10 on 10. So I can easily say that yes, these people improved. Clear? So this is what, that is why, like whatever development was done in India, it is important first to relate it with history, the past. That okay, it was this, it was that. Only then you can relate the things to the present and the future. So this is what. So Aditya, what you can do, you can take the screenshot of this. Okay. So in the very first page, you will just write this Indian economy development, then the unit 1, the first, and the chapter number 1 will be this, and chapter number 2 will be this. Okay. So you can take the screenshot.
Okay.
Done?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, great. So let's just start. Okay. Now your chapter number 1, very, very interesting. And of course, the theoretical one you need to remember. See, students, after we are done with the chapter number 1, of course, I'll be taking your test. This is the criteria. Okay, once Janab is already aware of this. But this is what we are going to do. And after we are done with chapter, then we'll take the test. So do aware, because I'm telling you with this everything with the experience. Because in my other batch, whenever like when I started this Indian Eco, though they were doing very good in macro, but when I took their test for Indian Eco, once I was done with the chapter 1, when it comes for writing the answer, the answer was not good. I was not happy with the answers. Okay. So this is what I am like telling you prior, that if you are thinking that maybe tomorrow is your test, today you will learn each and everything. That's not going to be possible. Okay. So make sure whatever I'm teaching you on daily basis, you are going to learn, whether I'm teaching you 2 lines, 3 lines, 4 lines, a paragraph, 2 paragraphs. So you are going to learn that paragraph on the same day. Nothing is going to come out of box. Like whatever I'm teaching you, like I will be giving you the PDF for question answer. You don't need to write question answer, but you have to make notes in the class itself. This is what my strategy is. You have to make notes. Question answer, because there is no, I cannot give you 10 question answer and I can say that just remember these question answer, they'll come in the exam. No. But if I'll give you the notes, the content, then whatever questions comes, you can answer it. Right? So question answer, you won't be doing any hard work. I will be giving that PDF. But for making notes, I'll be giving you time and you people will be making notes in the class itself. Is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's just start. So chapter number 1 is Indian economy on the eve of independence. So introduction, the primary objective, see, this is why Indian economy is there, because they want to introduce you to the Indian economy, like how Indian economy was earlier. Then when Britisher took over, basically Indian economy suffered a lot. Earlier, India was a rich country. Everything was there. Then Britishers came, right? They controlled India. This was a phase. And then finally India got independence. So when India got independence, 15 August 1947, you have to remember this date. Very, very, very important. Okay. So the first is when India got independence, now 15 August, and which year? 1947. Okay. So now in the whole entire chapter, we'll just study how Britishers did the things and everything. Okay. So first you will write chapter number 1, Indian economy on the eve of independence. Just write the chapter name. This is your page. So just write the chapter. Okay. From here onwards, you will make a note with the hashtag. Done. Chapter.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Now the first hashtag is when India got independence. First hashtag is like this. You will write this with your black pen or blue pen, but the answer will be like the alternative pen you are going to use. For heading, you are going to use different pen because you have to make your notes interesting. Because Indian Eco is somewhere the theoretical one, it's already boring, so you don't have to make it more boring. Okay, so make your notes in a good way so that whenever you will revise it, you feel good. Okay, so the first thing is that when India got independence, when, and just mug up this date, 15 August 1947, right? So when India got independence, and the answer is 15 August 1947. Clear?
Yes, ma'am. Done, ma'am.
Aditya, done?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So when you are done, you can let me know. Okay, that ma'am, I'm done. Okay. Let's just start with the topic. So first topic is low level. Low level of economic development under the colonial rule. You already know India was under the Britishers rule. Okay. So ma'am, what is this Britishers rules and on that? So remember one thing in the entire book, Indian economy, especially for the first two chapters, you will be getting two things. One is Britishers. Okay. So Britishers basically control India, right? So it is like Britishers were controlling it, or it will be colonial rule. Colonial rule. Okay. So if it is British rule, same thing. If it is colonial rule, same thing. So these two terms you have to remember when I'm talking about this colonial rule. That means I'm talking about the Britishers who were controlling India, right? When I'm talking about British rule, it is very simple that Britishers are controlling India, ruling over India, right? So what happened? Low level of economic development under the colonial rule. So basically, when Britishers were ruling India, there was low level of economic development. Low level means our economy was not developing at all. So what was that? Like at that time, it was very lowest you can say economic development in India. Okay. So now the question is, ma'am, before Britishers, what was the status of India? Of course, the question is now we have to know the past as well. So the first is India had an independent economy before the advent of British rule. So India had independent economy. Nobody was controlling it. But when Britishers came, they started controlling India. Okay. So India had an independent economy before the advent. Advent means before the coming of Britishers, before the arrival of Britishers. Clear? So over there, this was the condition. Plus, agriculture was the main source of livelihood for most of the people. So in India, agriculture, there are three sectors: agriculture sector, industrial sector, manufacturing sector, service sector, right? But in India, agriculture sector was the main source of livelihood. Like most of the people were dependent on agriculture sector. Okay. Yet the country economy was characterized by various kind of manufacturing activities. Like most of the population were dependent on agriculture sector, but apart from that, manufacturing activities were also there. Like there was few manufacturing industries as well. Clear? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Now, just try to remember everything in the class itself. Okay. So now the question is, ma'am, how was India? So if I'll ask you this, you'll say, ma'am, first, India was an independent economy, right? Before the advent of Britishers. Second, most of the people, like agriculture was the main source for the livelihood of people. And third, there were different kind of manufacturing industry as well. Okay. So these 3 points you have to remember. If someone will ask you what was the condition of India, like how India was before the Britishers or before the advent of Britishers. Clear?
So can you repeat the
Yes.
second point again?
Okay. Second point, first point is India had an independent economy. First point. Second point, agriculture was the main source of livelihood. Livelihood means if you are living. So if you want to live, for example, I am dependent on agriculture sector so that I am going to produce it, and whatever I'll get from agriculture sector, I will sell it, I'll get money. Or if I am like, for example, I am harvesting rice and all that, so I will get it from there, I will eat that. So agriculture was the main source, right? Today, for example, what are you are doing to for your livelihood, what you are doing, people generally ask. So people say that I am working in this and this firm. So basically that person is working so that he can get the salary and somewhere he can sustain his life, right? But at that time there was no salary, there was no office and all that. So agriculture was the main source. So people used to do agriculture, the farming and all that, and from there only they used to sustain their lives. Okay. And the third was that there were many manufacturing industries as well. Clear?
Yes, teacher. Thank you.
Okay. So what you will write? The first thing you will write, hashtag condition of India before the advent of British rule. Okay, or you can write Indian economy before the advent of British rule. Hashtag Indian economy before the advent of British rule. So first point you will write India had an independent economy. This will be your first point. Second, agriculture was the main source for livelihood for most people. Okay. Third, there was various kinds of manufacturing activities. Okay, there was various kind of manufacturing activities. There was various kinds of manufacturing activities. I hope 3 points are clear. If you feel like, ma'am, I'm unable to make notes, can you explain it again? How we have to write? I'll explain it again. So do you want me to repeat it?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So what you will write? Question you will write. Indian economy, like how was Indian economy before the advent of British rule? Or you can simply write Indian economy before the advent of British rule. Okay. This is the question. Indian economy before the advent of British rule, or how was Indian economy before the advent of British rule? It's your choice. If you want to make it a question, you can make it a question. But if you just want to give it a heading, you can. Okay. And then the first point will be from here. India had an independent economy. First point. Okay. Second, agriculture was the main source of livelihood for most people. Second. Third, there was, I'm just writing it here, there was various kinds of manufacturing activities. Clear? Now it's clear? Janab and Aditya?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, ma'am.
You can write it down. And once you are done, you can unmute yourself and you can say, ma'am, done.
Teacher, what was the third point again?
Third point was there was various kinds of manufacturing activities. Okay. Or you can write people were involved in various kind of manufacturing activities. It's your choice. Like whatever you feel like you can remember for longer period of time, you can mold your words accordingly. Okay, you can write either you can write there was various kinds of manufacturing activities, or you can write people were engaged in various kind of manufacturing activities. Okay.
Okay. Teacher, done.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. Now we'll focus. So I hope you people are aware like how Indian economy looked like before the Britishers. History is clear, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So now we'll just discuss deeply about manufacturing industries. Like what manufacturing? As I discussed you, manufacturing activities were there. So ma'am, what type of activities? Right? So India was well known for its handicraft industry. So what India used to do? You can see over here. I'll just I'll just zoom it. You can see people are making things with their hand. So that is known as handicraft. Handy means hand, and craft means whatever I'm making. You can see the woman, she's making things on clothes, and they are, somewhere taking out silk on that, making, crafts on rock, even on clothes, right? So this was basically the handicraft. Okay, so the craft with the help of hands. Okay, so India was well known for its handicraft industry. See, every country is famous for each and everything, right? So before the advent of Britishers, India was well known for this handicraft industry. Okay, so India was well known for its handicraft industry in the field of cotton and silk textile, metal and precious stone work. These products enjoyed a worldwide market because of. Now, basically, the question is, see over here. Now, first the question is like why India was like for what India was well known for. So India was well known for its handicraft industries in the field of what? Cotton. They used to do handicraft on cotton, silk, metals, with the help of metals and precious stone work they used to do. So these were the handicraft industries related to. Okay. Now the question is, ma'am, why? Why India used to get that popularity from worldwide? Worldwide means like all over the world, people were, asking for these. There was a demand that, okay, we will be purchasing handicraft from India. Okay, so ma'am, why? So there were two reasons. First is the reputation of fine quality of material. So first, whatever material Indians used for preparing the craft, that was of very fine quality. So of course, if your quality is good, everyone will come to you because you are using good quality. So the first reason was fine quality. Second, the high standard of craftsmanship. That means the people who used to make designs and all that, their standards were very high. That means it doesn't mean that they were very rich. It means they have very good knowledge, right? Their standard, they were not like local craftsmen and all that. They were very high standard. Like you can say the experienced one and the one who have lots of designs and things to do. They were like very, they used to do things with their heart. So they were very good with the things. They used to give you the exclusive designs. So that's why, because of two reasons, Indian handicraft products were famous all over the world. It was not limited to India. It was famous all over the world. Is it fine?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So from here, like you will get two questions. So first you will get for what India was well known for. So you'll write question. I'm repeating. Hashtag for what India was well known for. For what India was well known for. For what India was well known. Okay.
Yes,
Done?
yes, teacher.
Janab, done?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. So you will write from here. India was well known for its handicraft industry in the field of cotton and silk textile, metal and precious stonework, etc. Okay. Then you will write why these products enjoyed a worldwide market. Okay. Why these products enjoyed, just you will write why these products enjoyed a worldwide market. Then you will write first point, the second point. That's it. Clear? This will be hashtag. So two questions from here. You can complete it, and in case you are facing any issue or you are confused, you can ask.
Done, ma'am.
Janam, you are done with both the questions?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay.
Something.
Okay. Now, basically what happened, this was all about India, like before independence. Okay. Now, Britishers came to India. Okay. So I already told you, you will get two things. Okay. Either you will get the British rule or you will get the colonial rule. Right. So don't get confused, ma'am. What is colonial rule? Basically, it is like Britishers made India the colony and they were ruling over there. That's why it is known as colonial rule. Okay. So next is focus on economic policies pursued by the colonial government. Now, Britishers came, they made their own government that is known as colonial government. Okay. Now, of course, if you want to rule a country, you will make some policies, right? So now Britishers started making their policies. Okay. So the economic policies pursued by colonial government in India were concerned. This is very, very important. Okay. So what was the focus? Like, see, for example, if I'm making a study timetable for you, I'm making a policy that from tomorrow onwards you'll be on time, I'll take your daily test, whatever policy I'm making. Why I'm making this policy? So that I can improve your grades, right? But the policies which Britishers make, like the colonial government made, what was their purpose behind that? So the economic policies pursued by colonial government in India were concerned more with protection and promotion of economic interests of their home country than with the development of Indian economy. Clear? Just remember two things. If these are the Britishers, they have their home country from where they belong, and this is India. Okay? So whatever policies they were making, right, their main motive first was to protect their home country, and second was to promote the economic interest of their home country. Then with the development of Indian, they were not interested in developing Indian economy. They were only interested in protecting and promoting interest of their home country, right? Let's just take an example. For example, what they were doing, they were producing infrastructure. What they used to do, they used to take raw material from India, like woods and all that. Okay. And for example, I cut it down this tree and I took wood from India and I went took this wood to this my home country, and there I made chair out of that. With the help of that wood, I made chair. Then I will sell this chair, right? So what I'm doing, I'm protecting my home country. I'm not using trees of my home country because that will affect the environment, right? I am protecting my home country. I'm British, right? And secondly, I made chair out of that. The wood I bought from India, I made chair. And then I sold it out. People were like, oh my God, your chair was so good, right? So somewhere I'm promoting it, right? I'm promoting the interest of my home country. So this was the, like, whatever policies British are made, they always focus on two things: protecting their home country and promotion of economic interest of their home country. Whatever they made those policies which will be serving the interest of their home country, right? So this was the focus of economic policies pursued by colonial government. Yeah.
So can you
Yes,
explain
ma'am.
also?
Yeah. So basically, see, if I am making any policy, right? I just told you that tomorrow you'll have like from tomorrow onwards, I'll take your daily class. Plus, I will, ask you people to do daily assignments. Okay. Why I am making this policy? Because I want to improve your grades, right? But for example, you people are from commerce background. Okay. I have my brother who is in science stream. Okay. What I am doing, I am giving you the assignment of my brother, and I'm like, you have to complete it. This is your assignment, right? So what I am doing, I am protecting my home country, like my brother. Plus, I'm promoting it. For example, you completed the assignment and he got 10 on 10. So somewhere I am promoting it that my brother got 10 on 10 on an assignment and all that, right? So this is what I'm doing. But you people are working hard. So similarly, Britishers also did this. They took material from India, like the tree, the wood and all that, right? So if they are taking wood, raw material from India, they cut it down the tree, right? And they bought this tree, they just took this tree from India and there they made chair out of it. Okay, and then they sold this chair in the market. Okay, so somewhere by not destroying their own trees, they protected their economy, and then this chair got sold for $100. Okay, and then everyone was like, oh my god, the quality of your chair was very good, from like how you manufactured that and all that. So they started praising that our like this wood belongs to our country and all that. So basically, first they protected it by not taking resources from their own country. Second, then they promoted the economic interests of their own country, right? So whatever policies they made, they were making the policy keeping two things. First, that policy should protect their home country. Second, that policy should promote the economic interests of their home country. Clear?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So you will just write it down. Hashtag focus of economic policies pursued by the colonial government in India and the entire paragraph. Okay.
Done, ma'am.
Done, teacher.
Okay, good. Now, see, whatever policies Britishers made that impacted it. Okay. I made a policy that you will be solving the science question. Okay. So, how it will impact you? Basically, your grades will start decreasing, right? Why? Because instead of focusing on commerce thing, you're focusing on science thing. So, of course, your grades will be like you won't be getting anything and your grades will come down, right? So, whatever policies the Britishers made, how it impacted Indian economy. So first, such policies brought a fundamental change in structure of Indian economy. Okay, transforming the country into supplier of raw material and consumer of finished industrial product from Britain. So basically, it brought a structural change. Structural change means, see, there are two things. One is import and one is export. Import means taking things. I means in. So if you are taking something from someone, that is import. For example, I bought machine from Dubai. So that is import. But for example, if I'm sending that or if I'm selling that product to Dubai, the person who is staying in Dubai, so that is export. E for exit and I for in. Okay, so import and export. Clear? Import export is clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Aditya, clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically what happened, now Britishers changed the structure of Indian economy. What they did, they made India exporter of raw material. Like raw material means the wood and all that. Okay. And they made India the importer of finished good. Okay. For example, India was supplying wood to Britishers, and whatever product they were making, like the chairs, the furniture, everything, India was taking it. Right. So India was importing the finished good. Finished good means the finally made good. And India was supplying raw material. Okay. So first is like they brought a fundamental change in the structure of Indian economy, transforming the country into supplier of raw material and consumer of finished industrial product from Britain. Okay. First point is clear,
Yes, teacher.
Jaya?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now second thing is that the colonial government never made any sincere attempt to estimate India's national income and per capita income. See, if I want to, for example, I have two countries, one is USA and one is India. If you will compare it, then how will get to know that USA is developed and India is underdeveloped or India is developing? First, by just comparing the national income, right? For example, if this is person A and this is person B, he is earning 100 rupees in a month and he is earning 10 rupees. So how you will get to know that this person is rich and this person is poor? Just by checking the income, right? The income, right? So similarly, the colonial government never made any sincere attempt to estimates to calculate India's national income and per capita income. Okay, so they never made any sincere efforts, like they never thought. See, if your national income is less, so of course, if you want to improve it, right, then you will be making policies in such a way that they will improve your income. Similarly, if you people are here, okay, if I will never check your marks, that what was your history, like how much marks you were getting, I will never make policies in such a way that you will improve your grades, right? So this is what that colonial government never made any sincere efforts, and because of that, like the country's growth rate of aggregate real GDP during the first half of 20th century was only less than 2%. So out of 100, the growth rate was 2%. So you can see 2% out of 100, just 2% of growth rate. So it was totally, you can say, negligible, right? And the per capita real GDP was 0.5%. So out of 100, you can see the growth rate is 2% and 0.5%. So this was the second thing, that the policies, whatever policies they made, they never focused on Indian GDP and all that. And because of that, India's country, the growth rate and the real was very low. You can say it was 2% and the capital real GDP was 0.5%. Clear?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So you will write impact of policies, impact of these policies, not impact of colonial policies. Or you can write impact of policies made by colonial government. Impact of impact of policies made by colonial government on Indian economy. So first you will write the entire thing, okay, and second you will write from here and then from here. Okay, just write the second point till here and after that write because of that. Because of that, the country. Is it fine?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. Any query?
Teacher, actually, what is the question again? Impact of policies made by?
Impact of policies made by colonial government on Indian economy.
Okay.
Done, ma'am.
Adil done? Aditya done?
Yes, teacher.